What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of The Draft. No, might as well be The Draft to Glory, am I right? The Road to Glory. We are on the road to glory. I asked in yesterday's video whether or not today, on Friday, Fridays usually we do a live game with a new team because of so much stuff has happened through the week. It's the same team for me right now, right? And it has been for some weeks, realistically. And I asked you guys, hey, what do you want to see from me? You want to see some more draft action, or do you want to see some FUT Champs gameplay? And Corey said, I personally don't care if the Champs gameplay isn't there. As long as a record is there, I'd rather see draft, trading, or SBCs. And that seemed to be true to a lot of people. That had a lot of thumbs up. It was one of the top comments. Some people want to see FUT Champs gameplay, and there will be FUT Champs gameplay. It just won't be live today. It will be gameplay from tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then probably Monday as well. Obviously, we got to get to 14 wins every week. I think that's the bare minimum that I want to get to. I wouldn't mind pushing on to 17 wins, but I think 14 wins is fair. 14 wins gets me, ranked 3 in Division 2, and it gets me the obviously the 50k and the 2 mega packs from FUT Champs. And in the terms of like with drafting and stuff, okay, we're picking a lot of the same players, but we're also getting a lot of brand new players we've never used before. And so you guys get to see me use different formations and different players. And then obviously in FUT Champs, it's the same team, it's the same formation, it's the same players, it's the same everything, it's the same 14 wins, it's the same style of goals scored. And so I just want to, we'll just try it this week. We'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. The first comment other than that is from Edward Wright. He says, hey Nep, what do you think about the Weekend League being an actual league where we get 3 points for a win and 1 point for a draw? You can still have the threshold of points for ranks, but it would mean no more extra time, RNG penalty shootouts. Top 100 could be based on goal difference and not on skill points. Love the series, bro. Keep up the good work. I hate comments like this, right? I hate them. And I'll tell you why. First and foremost, I think that would be terrible for FUT Champs, okay? Hold on, though. Hold on. I think that would be terrible for FUT Champs because all that would do is promote anti-football, anti-FIFA. It would just promote people coming up against a monster team thinking, holy crap, let me just play out for a draw, and that's that, right? That's not why I hate comments like this. I don't necessarily agree that that should be in FUT Champs. The reason why I hate comments like this is because it triggers something in my brain that makes me run away with ideas of things that I would love to see in FIFA that realistically we're never going to get, and that frustrates me. So in terms of a league, what I would love is, I would just love a league in FIFA. I would love a league or a tournament with a knockout stage. The World Cup mode was so amazing. You play a game in a league format, you play your 3 games, it randomizes results. I actually don't know how it works on the results. All I know is that you could qualify with as minimum as, I think, 3 points. And you could not qualify with as many as 7 points, I want to say. But typically speaking, as long as you didn't not win all 3 of your games in a World Cup mode, you pretty much would have qualified. And then I think it's fair to say that if they had a Champions League mode where they had, the group stage, which would have been 6 games, in typical Champions League fashion, it's usually around 10 or 11 points that qualifies people from a Champions League group. Sometimes more, sometimes 6 points. If one team wins all their games, then the other teams take L's against each other a lot and dubs against each other twice. You're going to end up with a situation where 3 teams have 6 points and go from there. But I would love to see that. But in terms of a league situation, I would really love to be able to create custom leagues. However many people I want, up to say a maximum of 20, and then just set time limits on games and go from there. So I could set up a Team Sweat League, could invite 19 of you guys in. I'd be the 20th team. We'd all play each other twice over the course of a week. And then the teams that finish first, I'd give prizes to, or, you could put in entry fees. So everyone that gets involved has to enter with 50,000 coins. So now there's 1 million coins up for grabs. And first place gets, 600,000 coins. Second place, or maybe 500,000 coins, or maybe 400,000 coins. Second place gets some and goes all the way down to the bottom where, the bottom places barely get any. And I would love that. I had this thing called the hub. The idea, well, we kind of have the hub, but I've had a few league ideas over the years. And one thing that I really wanted to create was this world where people started with a team, and it would have to be done initially via YouTubers because the trust is just easier there, and the consistency is better there, and the reliability is better with YouTubers in terms of what I'd be talking about. And we've got a lot of new viewers now actually that probably wouldn't have known about what I did here, or what I talked about here, in a concept that I designed. But imagine this, a league of 10 teams, 10 YouTubers, and they're not the YouTuber, so it's not Bateson, and it's not A9 Skills, and it's not NepentheZ, and it's not Nick 2018, and it's not Castro. It's Team Sweat, and it's Booyah Nation, and it's McDonald's FC, you know, and oh my god, hair. And what we'd do with that is we would give every YouTuber or every team in that first division 50,000 coins. And with that 50,000 coins, you have to build a 23-man squad like you see when you build your team. So just 50,000 coins, that's it, right? You got to build a full squad, and you are not allowed to purchase fitness cards or injury cards, and you're not allowed to use glitches to get rid of red cards, which means you got to basically make some choices with how you're going to rotate your squad for fitness during the course of the league. And then all the YouTubers would play each other, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, no points for a loss. And then at the end of the season, maybe even only 8 teams to make it a 16-game season. You could play 3 games a day, so it would take 6 days, 6 days to get through a season, and then so basically run a season Monday through Saturday, and have a Sunday as a reconciliation day. And for each season, when the teams finish first through 8th, let's say, they would get awarded coin bonuses based on where they finish, and then also top scorer would get awarded a coin bonus. We'd run a goal of the week tournament or a goal of the week kind of competition, and the best goal of the week will get a cash, a coin prize, and then it will essentially be a transfer window where they can then go and sell and buy players. And they can sell and buy players based on the fluctuation and prices of the FUTBIN market. So if you bought, and this could influence how you spend your 50,000 coins initially, you might buy a team just full of 83 rateds and think to yourself, next week if a promo comes out, all of my 83 rateds are going to boom in price. I can now sell these through the transfer window and go and buy some better players with the coins that I've made from my transfer profit. And on top of that, the coins that I make for finishing, say, 3rd and winning a goal of the week. And what would happen is you would start to develop your team with a coin budget, and it wouldn't be a case like in the pro tournaments where it's like everyone just has all of the team of the year cards and a couple of prime icons. It would be a case of like, okay, so do you want, such and such card, I don't know, let's say Anthony Martial, or do you want Heung-min Son, or do you want Ivan Perisic, or do you want Werner the Burner? Like, it would create this world where people are engaged with teams and how to change their teams and how to improve their teams. And what I wanted essentially a second league underneath it. And so in that second league, there would then be promotion and relegation, 8 more YouTubers in, top 2 go up, bottom 2 go down. And again, it gives this world of just allowing people to create content, have competitive edge, and enjoy it along the way. And the main goal was to have like worlds, right? It's crazy, but bear with me. So let's say you've got like World 1, and in World 1 you've got Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3, and it would stop there. And in those divisions, you would have the promotion and relegation. The seasons would run once per week, or however it would work. The players would get more coins the better they did, and in lower divisions they'd get coins and such as well. And you'd also have like a cup within the world, almost like the FA Cup for the English League. So you'd have the World 1 Cup, and that's where all 24 teams are involved, all go in against each other, and the winner gets, again, you don't get given coins, but you get to allow yourself to spend more coins on your team based on how well you do through the transfer window. And then the idea was to have 4 worlds. And so you'd have 4 worlds, each with 3 divisions, and promotion and relegation and cups within the 3 divisions. And then you would have what would essentially be the World Cup. So the top 4 of every world, at the end of every season, would play off against each other. And it would just be like a massive, just a big tournament. And the reason why I would have the separate worlds is so that the NA guys don't have to continuously play against EU guys, and the Eastern Europeans or the Asian region or the Australian region could have their own world as well with their own divisions, and it would just create this air of brilliance within FIFA of content creators having a place to almost go against each other, but not for high stakes, but for fun content. And I looked so deeply into doing that. And the problem is when I first kind of thought up this idea, not that thinking of leagues is like groundbreaking idea or anything, but when I kind of like started putting this idea together, the biggest stumbling block back then, which we're talking probably like back in 2015 or 2000, maybe even 14 for this idea when I made the video on it, is that there was nowhere near as many content creators then as there are now. Even less people making a career or a living out of this. And so, as per usual, the reliability factor just wasn't there. I couldn't rely on content creators to play all their games in time, get their footage. Internet was way worse 5 years ago. It was just way more difficult. And obviously with Ultimate Team, it was a much lesser product back then. Now, though, it would have some merits. And like my vision would be that you would go to like a website, I don't know, let's say like Futbin or Futhead or Futwiz, right? And you'll go to the Futhead and you'd click on, whatever it was called, the Team Sweat hub or whatever. And you click on World 1 and then you could click on Team Sweat. And you could look at my team, my previous finishes. It would have links to all the VODs of all the games. So if you wanted to see my first ever game in the tournament, you could just go onto Futhead and it would have the link to the VOD, which would be a YouTube video link of just the full game. And it would develop into this product, essentially, where ultimately the end goal would to be have it under controlled circumstances via EA, where viewers could essentially play in this tournament and they could win entry into the lowest tier of the bottom division via winning like a tournament on Futhead. You win a tournament, you get put into the lowest division, now you get to play. And it would create a pro scene of the best players in the best regions because they'd always be at the top doing the best. And that's kind of the and that's why I hate this comment, because it makes me think of ideas of things that would be absolutely unreal in FIFA that we're just never going to get, and that if I wanted to do outside of it being in FIFA, I don't have the time nor the resources to be able to do it at this stage in my career. Definitely something that I would look into heavily after, or if or when my YouTube slows down, or when Twitch slows down, or when just the social media industry in general starts to slow down for me. That's probably when I'd venture into more ideas like this. But yeah, ultimately, man, there is so much potential within Ultimate Team, and because EA abounds so much by the legal side of things, by needing licenses and okays from eight different divisions of people above them before they get things approved, and if there's even one thing out of place, the whole thing gets kiboshed. And because of all of that, these really are just pipe dreams for the time being. The next comment we've got is from Alfredo Berganza, and he says, Nep, do a podcast now that you aren't playing FIFA so competitively so much. Bet a lot of people will like it. Yeah, I'm actually going to try and make a conscious effort to start getting a podcast on this channel up once per week. I did start a podcast when I first started this channel. It was called The Show. It was myself, Skills, Simon and Bateson, I believe. And it ran for 2 episodes and then never again. But I think a podcast of just, a couple of hosts, a couple of regular hosts, and then guests recurring each week would be amazing, that we could just chat about anything FIFA related, gaming related, social media related, and then, ferrying out into the real world issues and real life. I think that'd be amazing personally. So I will, maybe not in the immediate future, i.e. the next week or two, but definitely in the next few weeks or so, I definitely want to make that happen. Adam says, Nep, do you feel like you should be able to play with professional cards in drafts if they were mega rare, but it would be epic? And again, I hate this kind of comment, man, because it just makes my mind go into places. And we've talked about draft and rewards and stuff to death, right? I think every card in the game should be available in draft. I think bronzes should be available in draft. I think the whole concept of draft should be that it's like, hey, here is the database. we're going to give you a random group of 5 cards. And if your random group of 5 cards is a bronze, a pro player, regular Ronaldo, some random silver guy, and then a team of the week from week 1, so be it. If your group of random 5 players is 5 bronze strikers, so be it. Like, I think it would add... Like, I understand from EA's perspective that people are paying 15,000 coins, and if they got so unlucky to just draw a bronze team, they'd be like, this is just not worth 15,000 coins. I'm playing with a bronze team. If I even come up against a guy with half of a gold team, he's just going to smash me. But yeah, I think every card in the database should be available, realistically. In terms of draft outside of that, I would love to see live draft items. Somebody, actually one of you guys in the comment section a month or so ago, put this idea in there, and it's brilliant. And basically, you should have, like the headliners or like one-to-watch cards or whatever, you should have live items in draft, so that when you get that live item, it's whatever version of its card is, 87 Felipe Luis or something. And then it's live, so if you win the draft, or if you win that first round, it gets upgraded. And if you win the second round, it gets upgraded again. If you win the third round, it gets upgraded. So you could start the day, you could build yourself like a 190 draft in the first round, and by the time you get to the final, it could be like a 192 because you've upgraded like 4 or 5 players, and it would allow some creativity and player choice and player picks. If, for example, let's take our first set of captains here. So the captain that I chose is going to be Cruyff, right? Because he's 95 rated. But if that Harry Kane at 89 rated was a live version of Harry Kane, I might have considered that Harry Kane. I probably would still take Cruyff because he's 95 rated, but that Harry Kane now all of a sudden might end up as a 93 or a 94 rated card because it's a live item through the draft, and it would give you some more decision making, and I think that would be amazing. On top of that, in draft, I think the rewards just need upgrading. The formations need upgrading. We don't even have formations that are in the game this year in the draft. We don't have... I think we should have SBC cards in the draft and such, and I think a lot of the packs that are in draft, that are in the game, aren't in the draft. There's no Prime Election Players packs or Rare Election Players packs. There's no Prime Gold Players pack for finishing any round in the draft. The Prime Gold Players pack, I think, has been in the game now for 3 years. At the very least for 2 years. I think it came out in FIFA 17. It might have been FIFA 18. But yeah, the Prime Gold Players pack's been in the game for 2 to 3 years, and it's still not a draft reward. The Ultimate Pack is in the game. It's not a draft reward. I think EA could do really good things with giving out, like if I won the draft and my reward was a Premier League Premium Gold Players pack, La Liga Premium Gold Players pack, and 2 5k packs instead of 2 25k Gold Player packs and 2 5k packs, I would actually be ecstatic with that, because now I can save that for when there's a good Premier League team of the week in, or team of the season, or a lot of high-rated Premier League players from a promo. I could save those items now and be like, hey, I'm going to save these packs. These are actually cool rewards instead of just a random 25k pack that you got no chance of getting anything out of. So yeah, I think there's a lot EA could do with draft. And again, it's sadly just a pipe dream. And there's some regards that FIFA won't do things because it takes too many resources. They need to jump through too many hoops to, legally and through licensing and stuff to get there. Or it's just necessarily not good for the game, and it's just good for what I would think would be good for the game. They might have sat there and thought about doing a league system and then thought, well, let's look at this logically. Is this going to actually work in the game? But one of the other reasons why EA don't implement certain things into this game is because it wouldn't make them money. And I don't think giving better rewards or different rewards in draft is going to all of a sudden make so many more people play the draft that EA makes so much more money where they're like, this is worth it. And so that's sad. And that's probably true to a lot of the things that EA do or don't do. It's based on, are we realistically going to turn a big profit from this, yes or no? And if the answer's no, or if the answer's even only maybe yes, then it probably will never happen, which is really, really sad. Sean says, for division rival packs, do you pick the untradeable or tradable packs to save? Me personally, I pick the untradables because I'm doing the first owner road to glory. And on that note, there's some, by the time you're watching this video, this will already have happened or not happened as well. There's some code for packs for two for one packs. And I'm thinking to myself, as a pack only road to glory, do I engage heavily in 2 for 1 packs on this account? Because I could then save, like let's say 100k packs come out and I buy 10 and I open 10 there and then I get 10 more saved in the store. So yeah, it's cost me 1,000,000 coins but I've got 1 million coins worth of 100k packs saved for team of the season, and I've opened 1 million coins worth of 100k packs and potentially made 300, 400,000 of my coins back off of that. Do you guys think that'd be worth it? I guess I'm going to have to try and make that decision on my own if it comes out before this video is live. But for me, I take untradables because I'm a first owner pack only Road to Glory. If you're not a first owner pack only Road to Glory, I guess the answer would be depending on how many SBCs you do. If your team is full of SBCs and you love doing SBCs, I would still take untradable rewards even then just to save, because you're just going to get double the amount of players, which is going to help you a lot building SBC cards. If, however, you got mostly a tradable squad and you're always looking for coins to buy your next upgrade, I would always say take tradable packs and try and hit a big player and sell them on. Royale Master says collab with skills coming soon. Yeah, should already be out in the States, and then he had some stuff that was potentially going on, so I delayed the trip, and then turns out that stuff wasn't going on. And in that meantime, my partner's going to be going and having a hernia operation in a couple of days' time, so I'm going to be taking care of the kids for a few days after while she's recovering and stuff, so I had to delay it then. And then I think Foot Birthday is coming probably in about 2 Fridays' time. So I might go out to AA's for Foot Birthday, or I might go out the week before Foot Birthday, so basically like next Friday. So I don't know. I'll be going very soon to AA's house. And then Jake Easy says, why not just give the guy a win when you quit? Most of the time I do. This is how it works, right? A lot of people are just building drafts and quitting to rebuild drafts right now. And in the lot of times that I've gone into a game and didn't quit straight away, I've had several times where people just quit against me, and then I have to go and find another game, score the own goal and quit. And I've figured out like a kind of pattern of people who quit to restart a draft versus people who just want to play. And so basically, if the guy has a really, really good team, it's unlikely that he's going to quit, and so I'll score the own goal and give him the win. If he has a really, really good team and pauses the game, it's also unlikely that he's there to quit. He's probably just going to make some changes, make some subs, and bring some better players in. So again, I'll wait for him to unpause it, I'll score the own goal, and I'll quit. If, however, the guy has a really bad team or just an average team and pauses it immediately, I know it's because he's trying to quit. And so I'm essentially racing him to forfeit the match first. And if everyone just scored the own goal and quit, no problem at all. And if somebody doesn't pause it before kickoff, if it's my kickoff or if it's your kickoff and you just kick off the game, I'll give you the goal every single time, no matter the circumstances. But if you pause the game before it kicks off and you have an average or half-decent team only, I will just race you to the quit, because I know more often than not, based on the my experiences with people quitting against me, more often than not, somebody with a half-decent at best team isn't trying to play with that team. They're trying to quit and get another draft in. So I'll just race them there and try and beat them to the quit, essentially, which is why in yesterday's video you saw the guy, he paused it. I didn't pause it. He paused it, and then I flicked down as quick as I could and got rid of it, because his team was bad, which meant that he was probably trying to quit. And if he wasn't trying to quit, that's my bad. But again, through my experiences and through the patterns that I've seen quite a lot already, more often than not, that's the case. And I actually had one or probably even 2 times now. One time where I got a message that I remember vividly of a guy that was angry with me that I gave him the own goal and quit. He had a really good team. He had like a 192 or something. He had like loads of high-end icons. And he was like, dude, you just like cost me a game of playing with these icons. And he was upset with me. So sometimes it's not even best to score the own goal. And then the last comment is from Will. He says, hey, Nep, I just wanted to say that in my opinion, EA probably get more stick than they probably deserve. Think back to FIFA 13. What did we have? Just seasons. Fast forward 6 years and we have so much more content. Don't get me wrong, gameplay needs improvement, but credit where credit should be due. EA have done lots to FIFA that it generally goes unnoticed when people complain. Just my opinion. Love the vids. Keep it up. You're a great content creator and your videos genuinely brighten my day. I both agree and disagree with you here. I think EA get the credit they deserve for some of the content that they produce. But giving us lots of content isn't the same thing as giving us good content. You know, like the Screamer promo, woeful, pointless, useless. It's just to make money. And so you can't be sitting there saying, oh, well, 3 years ago, we didn't even have this promo, so be grateful we have it. No, I apologize, but I'm not going to be grateful for being handed a plate of crap and then being told that you should be grateful for that plate of crap because a couple of years ago you didn't get a plate of crap. I don't want a plate of crap, right? That's the bottom line there. But with how social gaming has changed, specifically over the last 2 to 3 years, even more specifically so since Fortnite exploded, we shouldn't just be grateful and accept a little bit more because we had less before. EA, if they want their game to succeed, have to keep in line with the gaming trends of the social industry today, and they are way behind the curve from multiple other games. Even other games in their own, under their own EA banner, have better and more content than FIFA does. So to say that, oh, we should just be happy because we got more than we had before, I don't agree with. But I also think that people have been grateful and thankful for the things that they have given us. This is something I'd like to continue to talk more on, so put your comments about this one in the description below and we'll address this in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.